How is my YouTube family doing? Hope everybody's doing well. To all my Canadian followers, happy Thanksgiving weekend. It is Thanksgiving, and you guys know how I wait patiently for occasion like these to come so I can make all kinds of goodies. So I'm gonna start with making our apple pie, and these are the apple we picked from the farm. And tonight we're gonna be making our apple pie. We're having our Thanksgiving dinner on Monday. I'm gonna start prepping some of my recipes from tonight. So it's time for us to put the pie crust together, and this is a very easy and simple one. You can do this with your hand, but today I'm gonna use my food processor. And here I only have 3 ingredients. I have my flour here that I'm gonna be adding to my mixer. I have a little bit of sugar, and I'm using salted butter. You can also use unsalted butter for this recipe, but you'll have to use a pinch of salt. So let me put my flour into the food processor. And I will leave all the measurement in the description below for all the ingredients that I'm using today. And you want to use cold butter that comes out of the fridge. I'm gonna go in and cut up the butter into small pieces to help with the mixing process. So with a little bit of the butter and the sugar, we're gonna mix this first before we go in with all the butter. And you want to go on pulse. We're gonna go in with our butter. So we're gonna go in now with our ice cold water, and if you look carefully, you can see that the water is ice cold, like I have ice frost on top. You don't need a lot for this. I'm gonna add and mix as I go. We don't want to make the dough too soft. So we're gonna add some flour to the surface. We're gonna pour out our pie mixture, and you want it to be crumbly. You don't want the dough to be a pasty kind of dough. This is the easiest and quickest way to make your pie dough in the mixer. I usually do mine with hand, but I have a lot of things to make for Thanksgiving, so I want to hurry up the process. So just put your dough together like this. I divided the dough into 2 equal parts, one for the top and one for the bottom crust. Next, I wrap the dough up into some plastic wrap. Leave them in the fridge for at least 1 hour or until I finish with the pie filling. I'm melting some butter to create a sauce for the apple filling. We're gonna add some flour in here. We're adding some water. And now we're gonna go in with our sugar. Now that the sugar crystals are melted, we're gonna turn off the stove, remove this from the heat, set it on the side, and then we'll start prepare our apple for the filling. So now that we have our filling and our pie crust done, let's peel up the apples. So I have 5 of the apple here, and these are the Empire apple. You can use Granny Smith or any kind of baking apple for this recipe. It will work just fine. An apple with a little bit of tardiness is great for this recipe. I have 6 apples here, 2, 4, 5. I need 6 apples. So now that we finished peeling the apples, we will thinly slice these apples. Make sure you remove any skin on the core of the apple before slicing them up. You don't want this to go into your pie. So just like this, nice thin slice like this, I'm gonna be adding to my pie. Now that we finish with cutting up the apple and make the sauce for the filling, we're gonna go in now and roll out our dough for the crust. If the dough is rough around the edges, don't sweat, you can always mend it up. So I learned a trick when you want to move the dough from it sticking to the bottom. This is a good way of going in and getting your dough. Get your pan here, and then we're gonna put the dough over the pan. And this is a real pie pan I'm using. The edges can always cut off. See there? So we're gonna give it a nice little design on the bottom. This is to help to avoid air pockets. But it looks beautiful. We're gonna go in and add a nice generous amount of cinnamon into the apples. Cinnamon and apple pairs very well. And that's how easy it is. And the sauce is still nice and warm. So we're gonna go in with our sauce. And look how beautiful the sauce is falling like a ribbon here into the apples. And once the apple starts to spring up a little bit of water, this here will be very, very nice and juicy in there. So let's get out all that goodness. We're gonna mix the apples. Smells really nice. Now we're gonna add our mixture here. Everything is going in. Nice and lovely. And then we will spread it out. We don't want to overflow. I can always make a little one on the side for my little helper. Should I, Natalie?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna spread it out nicely. So after rolling out the second piece of dough, we're gonna cut them into strips, and this is what we're gonna make the top with. Nice little pie strips. So we're gonna take our longest piece and then we're gonna put it across, and then we'll go with the second longest piece, and then on this side I'm gonna go with that, and I think I have more than what I bargained for with the strips, but that's fine. 1, 2, and we're gonna go back here now. Let me see if I'm getting this right. How are we looking, guys? We're looking good, eh? So now to seal the edges, we're just gonna pinch the edges in like that. We don't want anything hanging over. So we're just gonna pinch it in right at the end of the pan here to make that beautiful end piece of the pie. See? We are looking here like professional pie makers, right, Natalie?
Yeah.
And even though she's doing the camera, she's also giving me ideas, so I can't take all the credit. So this is our pie. My oven is ready, but I have to brush it with some eggs, and then we will put it into the oven. So we're gonna brush our pie now with some egg yolk. This is gonna give us a beautiful finish. We're gonna put this baby into the oven, 350 degree, for about 20 to 25 minutes, and we will have ourselves some pie. So our pie is finished, nice and hot, looks beautiful, have a nice color on the outside. But you know that I never cut any baked goods as soon as they come out. And because this is prepared for our Thanksgiving dinner, we had some leftover fillings and some leftover dough crust. So Miss Natalie did this. She used some ramekin, she filled the extra filling, and she made her own toppings, and she also did a bottom for it. So we're gonna put these in and we will do taste tests with the little ones because I'm keeping this big one here for our Thanksgiving dinner. So let me know what you think about this beautiful pie. So easy to make, you guys see step by step. I hope you'll give it a try for your Thanksgiving dinner. Do you think that I should do a taste test or we should wait until Thanksgiving? Let me know what you guys think. So I can't do a video without doing a taste test. I feel a little bit guilty when I do that. So out of mine, even though I'm not ready to have mine yet, I'm gonna go in and taste my individual piece here with a little bit of the crust and a little piece of the apple. Look at it. I'm drooling already. Let me, the smell of cinnamon. A perfectly baked crust and so well flavored apple on the inside. Oh my goodness. And this is still a little bit warm, how I like it. Just delicious. The big pie, I promise you I will cut it on our Thanksgiving dinner, but so far I had to do the taste test for this one. Thank you all for watching, and for Canadian friends, hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving with your friends and loved ones. Stay blessed, stay safe, bye for now.